Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Let's have a look at a newly appeared problem. That is problem 2399. Check distance between same letters. So in this video, we're going to share a solution based on direct check. So actually this problem is rather straightforward. So first, I'll read through the statement to digest the problem, and then we do a simple analysis and then share the simple code. So first, let's look at the statement. So we're given a zero-index string S consisting of only lowercase English letters, where each letter in S appears exactly twice. We are also given a zero-index integer array called distance of length 26. So in a well-spaced string, the number of letters between the two occurrences of the ith letter is distance I. If the ith letter does not appear in S, then distance I can be ignored. So we are required to return true if S is well spaced, otherwise return false. So here the problem statement shares two examples. So in example 1, so you can check the condition and conclude that S is well spaced. And in the example 2, so S is not well spaced. For example, so the A appears at index 0 and 1. So in between, nothing, right? So, but we require the distance to be 1. So that's why it returns a false. So before we look at the code, let's also look at the constraints. So first, the length of S is bounded below by 2 and bounded above by 52. So this is the case because we have 26 lowercase English letters. So if each of the letter appears twice, so at most the length is 52. So and actually all the others are also some consistency assumptions. So with that said, let's look at the method and solution. So here actually this problem we just need to do a direct check. So we can make a lookup table for character and dist pair, so where the character is a lowercase letter and the dist is the corresponding distance in the given distance array. So then we just need to check if the indices of unique characters in the string satisfy the desired condition, that is the spacing condition. So with that said, I guess for this problem we can directly go to the code. First, because we are going to use the lowercase English letters, we're not going to copy all of them from A to Z, though it's still easy. So we can, from string, import ASCII lowercase. So this ASCII lowercase string will give us the lowercase English letters in the format of a string. And then we can make a dictionary. Let's call it lookup. So this dictionary will give a character at the corresponding distance, right? Let's call it dist. So for character and dist in zip. So the character comes from the ASCII lowercase, and the distance comes from the distance array given. So here, for making this lookup table, so we used dictionary comprehension, and in between, because we want to traverse the character and dist together, so we used a zip function. So that's the structure for this line. And then with this gone, so we can actually get the character positions or the character indices for each character. So we can actually use a subclass of the dictionary. So we can use default dict. So here I'm going to use list as a container. So because each unique letter in S appears at most twice, so this length of the container list is at most 2. So then we can just iterate over the string in enumerate S. Then what we're going to do is that character position. So we're going to append the corresponding index to the list for the current character. So that's this way we actually get the unique characters and their indices in string S. Then next we just need to do the check. So if the two occurrences of unique letters in the S satisfy the desired spacing condition. So this is actually very routine. So for character and frequencies in character position items, so the character will be the key, and the frequencies is a list. It can be empty, but also if it's not empty, its length will be 2. So if frequency, so we're going to check this. So in this case, so we're going to check if the distance condition is satisfied. So notice that we want to check if the frequencies, the second one, minus frequencies 0. So we need to minus 1. That's the distance between the two occurrences, right? Or you can understand this is the number of characters in between the two occurrences. So if this equals the, let's check the other side. If it does not equal to lookup character, so actually we are going to return false. So if after this loop, for loop, nothing has returned, so we are going to return true. So that's the logic for this problem. So I guess up to now we can first do a special case check. Yeah, it passes the first example, I guess. So now let's look at the generic case. Yeah, it passes all the generic cases. So I would say that as marked by Leetcode, this problem is actually very straightforward. So here we can regard that we practice something like dictionary comprehension and the subclass of dict, the default dict, and also we do some check. So this condition is important. So notice that we compute the difference of the two occurrences, and then we should minus 1. So this is a subtle detail for this specific problem. So with that said, I guess that's about it for this specific problem or this video. Thank you very much.